Hello? It's me, the guy.
At midnight.
David Hunt.
I can change my skin.
What the?
Then skin.
We doing the intro again? Alright. So, we've been playing this game for it seems like a long time. But I think it's because I've played it on 4 or 5 streams. But the streams have been very short. So it seems like it's been a lot longer than it has been. Today's the 23rd of October. And on the 25th, there is a Steam sale. And it's also the release of Simulacra Free, right? So I should probably finish this game soon. I feel like I have been playing it for like ages. I've played 8 hours and it's a 16-hour game. What the fuck? This is gonna take till Christmas. What is going on? Oh my god. What up, Camerix? What up? Oh yeah, we're asking everybody about the paper spike, right? Ah, and you have to follow up with the something beautiful she saw in the water, right? She says she sees something beautiful in the water. Oh my god. Let's ask everybody about the spike and see if that like pushes stuff on. Who haven't we asked about the spike? We haven't asked Claire about it.
A paper spike is an odd thing to use as a weapon. I suppose if it went directly into the heart, it might work. Or through his eye, or perhaps through the ear into his brain. Or was it just a frenzied, bloody mess of a murder? Do you know, Doctor?
Do we know? That was creepy as fuck though. She's pretty good at she's pretty good at being creepy when she wants to be. Wait, is she really short? I feel like this actress is like really short after seeing her like laying on the couch.
Dr. Dekker used to put my checks on that thing. I guess someone thought they weren't getting value for money.
Checks?
I actually don't have a lot of money. Sometimes a therapy check would bounce, but Dr. Dekker would be okay with it. Oh, my checks are fine though, don't worry.
Money?
I'm not broke. Men buy me drinks at bars though. Sometimes I'll get away with not paying at restaurants. Isn't that how it is for everybody?
Yes, in the world where you grow up as being... This is such an incel take though, right? But it's fucking true. It's fucking true. What was that girl that had There was a girl that had severe burns, right? And she had severe burns in college, and when she like went back for the next year of college, it was completely different from her first year. And she realized that like people treated her worse. She didn't get asked out. People didn't want to hang around with her. She became isolated. She became depressed. It's because she wasn't hot anymore. That was it. It was just like, you know, if you grow up... if you grow up in every party you go to, like everybody talks to you, you're gonna think that this is the way it is for everybody. Well, the writer who wrote this is the incel, not me. I'm not saying he's an incel. I'm just saying it's an incel take, but this is 2017. Incels haven't been invented yet. The media has not yet invented them. Can we listen to what she said again?
I'm not broke. Men buy me drinks at bars though. Sometimes I'll get away with not paying at restaurants.
Same, but you're beautiful.
Isn't
so,
that how it is for everybody?
How do you spell restaurant? Restaurant.
Try again.
Restaurant? Restaurants.
I don't know it.
Oh god. Restraints. Restraints.
You'll have to ask me
Oh
something
no!
else.
Why is spelling so hard?
Men buy me drinks at bars though.
Right, let's read.
Sometimes I'll get away with not paying at
Restaurants.
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 Isn't that how...
Restaurants. I'm looking this up. Is this like an American spelling? Restaurants. No. It is restaurants. Alright, let's ask her about the restaurants. Oh, shit, I clicked the wrong thing.
I mainly like drive-thrus. I don't like crowds, and I find it difficult to stay in the same place for too long. I guess I'm a fidget.
She's a fidget spinner. Crowds.
Crowds at nightclubs and bars are different. The lights are dim. You can slink around without attracting too much attention.
Attracting too much attention?
Sometimes I'll kiss a guy in a club, and then he just follows me. Wherever I go.
Wow.
It's creepy. I don't want everyone seeing that.
Is she a siren? Is she a siren? You know how she says she wakes up on the beach and she doesn't remember the night before, but she says she doesn't drink. And then she says that her blackouts happen when she's dancing. Is she perhaps, like, you know, kissing men, dancing with them, taking them into the beach, murdering them, and then waking up on the shore naked? Is she a siren? This is interesting. I'm gonna mark that down. I'm gonna write possibly a siren. Possibly a siren of the sea. Yeah, maybe even feeding them to that beautiful thing she says she saw in the water, right? Yeah, I would go with that. That's a really good theory. What is it exactly that she said?
Sometimes I'll kiss a guy in a club, and then he just follows me.
Follows you?
They follow me. Wherever I go. Anywhere. Where do you think they follow me, Doctor?
No. We're right. Because she mentions early on that it's strange that she would black out from holding her breath underwater because she can hold her breath underwater for a long time. She's probably been swimming down with the guys. They run out of breath and can't get back up, and then she gets up all the way. That's it, right? Mystery solved. What the fuck is she doing? Have you been dancing?
I really don't know.
You don't know? How are you? I've already asked this.
I'm okay. Thanks for asking.
She says she's blue on rent day,
It's
right?
rent day, and I always feel a little blue on rent day.
Rent day?
Rent day is the day I pay rent to my landlady.
Landlady?
I pay my rent to a landlady. I don't own my own place. I'm just passing through.
Passing through?
I never stay in one town very long. I
shit.
get bored too easily. Once you've seen the same faces over and over again, you move. Like I said before, I like to move around a lot.
You move?
You're not getting it.
Not getting it? Damn. Alright, let's have a look at what it says. Maria wants me to guess where people follow her. What happens after they follow her? They follow you into the sea? They follow you into the ocean. They follow you to the beach. To the beach? To the ocean.
You will...
They follow you home?
Yes.
Oh!
They follow me home.
Yeah, she said it on the whole time. The Cthulhu
They're
necklace. Or, well, it's more like just a squid
silent.
though, right?
It's like a trance.
But, yeah, she's had it on the whole time. She also has like a big ring. Yeah, that one. She has a ring on her thumb as well. I asked to see if she has toe rings, but she said it's $5.99 on OnlyFans for that. So, you know, we're flat out of luck.
Yes. They follow me home. They're silent. It's like a trance.
Like a trance?
They're in some kind of trance, like zombies, but I don't know what they want.
They've got Coombrain. They're like the enemies in Wasteland 3. You know, the ones that are like, oh. It's the Coombrain zombies. Don't know what they want.
What
do they want? Zombies?
Try again?
They are silent.
I don't talk.
Oh. Oh shit, that was actually a thing.
I don't talk to them, they don't talk to me.
That doesn't sound like a healthy relationship. What happens after that?
It depends where they follow me. If they follow me home, they bang on the door for an hour or so, then leave. Other places, they just disappear. I don't see them again.
Disappear?
They don't just disappear into thin air. I think they return to the place I found them. But I've not run into the same person twice.
Uh-oh. What do you think happens to them?
Nope.
Alright, let's use the hints. Before you mention something beautiful, have you had any more blackouts? You asked if she had any more dancing or if she'd been back to the beach, but I didn't ask this.
I've had no blackouts, and I haven't been to the beach since our last session. But I think I will today. Do you want to come with me to the beach?
You know what? Maybe someone should come with you to the beach. I'm gonna say yes. I would like to go to the beach.
Doctor, I think you're getting a little anxious.
No, I'm fine.
If you ever wanted to visit the beach, you can just turn up. It's not mine.
I'm gonna come to the beach.
I don't know about that.
I am. Okay. Before you mention something beautiful, hey, we hit that hint though. What I typed in was close enough to what it wanted me to say. Should I ask her about her necklace? Tell me about your necklace.
I don't know.
Necklace.
I don't know.
Necklace.
I don't know
I
about.
spelled it wrong. Do you know who Cthulhu is? Cthulhu.
I really.
We asked Jaya about Cthulhu because of the Bryce tapes. I don't know if you saw the...
Nothing, of
not
course.
Bryce tapes, the Alderby
The faculty
tapes.
thinks I've gone loopy, like some kind of spongy Mobius.
The Alderby footage, he said that he worships Cthulhu and that Cthulhu's wants to sow chaos, and if he keeps creating chaos, stuff will keep happening. I'm gonna type in just Dagon on its own.
I don't know.
Do you worship a god?
You will.
Do you know Dagon?
I don't know anything about.
Yeah, that's it. I don't think there's a secret Dagon.
I never stay in one town very.
Bored easily?
I've got a short attention span.
Same.
The malaise of our generation, I expect. What are you bored by, Doctor?
What am I bored by? What am I bored by? Right, hot take coming through. I actually had to delete all these tweets because I've made a bunch of furries angry. Right? I tweeted the Final Space, Rick and Morty, Lower Decks, and Chicago Party Ant all have the same shitty art style with the uniform line weight. Everything's on a stage. You can always see like the characters' feet to their heads. Like just this dog shit format that I think was popularized by Family Guy. You know, that really like easy to animate style where they never do a close-up, they never do like a half body, they never do like a oblique angle. It's always just the characters standing like fucking dog shit, right? Just dog shit, like Rick and Morty. You see Rick and Morty's fucking feet and head in every single shot. It's the most boring art style I've ever seen. I'm sick of that. That's what makes me bored. I'm sick of it. I would rather have Line Boil from people animating, you know. I'd even take artificial line boil like you can do in Grease Pencil. Like, I would rather have that than have these uniform MS Paint looking fucking animations. That's what I'm bored of. But I don't think that's what she meant. I think what she meant is, you know, in my life. Holy armpits! Jesus Christ. Okay, stop sexualizing the characters. Let's play the game.
You've got a good memory, Doctor. Let's talk dreams. Sometimes I'll dream about a light.
Okay.
Deep in the ocean somewhere.
Okay.
I head towards it because it's warm and glowing like a beacon. When I'm at the bottom, it's the most beautiful thing. Like a welcoming sun. Like I'm home. And then I wake up.
Tell me more about your dreams.
Try again?
The beacon.
It's so beautiful. Calls me. It's like I'm in a trance.
Hand touches the beacon.
What does the dream mean, Doctor?
The dream means you wish to belong.
Yes, I suppose I follow that glow like people follow me.
Wait, that was close enough?
I still don't know what it means, though.
What does it say in the notes? Marina's dream could mean many things. A metaphor for her current issues, searching for something, or maybe she's making it up. Maybe she's making it up. The dream means you're looking for somewhere to call home. The dream means you want to settle down. That's the only thing I can think. Alright. Do they follow you to bed? You're okay with men buying you drinks? Talk to me about Dr. Dekker. That's nothing to do with what we've asked her. But that dream thing doesn't have a green asterisk, which means there probably isn't another video after that one. So we should click on this.
I've got a short attention span. The malaise of our generation, I expect. What are you bored by, Doctor?
I'm bored by my patience.
You're not.
I'm bored by you.
You should get out more, Doctor. Looking at me all day should be fun, but if you're bored, perhaps we should spend some time apart.
Oh no. Oh no. I said it as a joke. I didn't mean it to go through. Oh no. It's actually, right, you know, like I was talking about the AI thing and how good it is at responding. When this responds, because you know that it's somebody's sat and like recorded it and thought of it, it's funnier, right? Like it's more of a shock.
I'm not broke. Men buy me drinks at bars, though.
Are you okay with men buying you drinks? She says she doesn't drink.
It's just good manners to accept when someone offers to buy you a drink. I'm a very good-natured girl.
Good-natured?
Don't you think I'm sweet, Doctor?
What the fuck? I mean, yeah, I would say $5.99 a month, but $7.99 would be pushing it. Like, I don't. What do you want me to say? I do think you're sweet.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think that's the end of the tree.
Don't you think I'm
not.
sweet, Doctor?
I don't think you're sweet.
You'll have to ask me.
I don't.
Nope,
no idea how to respond to that. I guess we have to ask the other things
Crowds
first.
at nightclubs and bars are different. The lights are dim. You can slink around.
Attracting too much attention. I've already asked that. But it... Slink around? Should I say slink around? Dim lights. Oh, it's giving me a yes, you're sweet, or no, you're not sweet. I was meant to be agreeing with the patients, right, to make it, like, more fun.
I think you're falling for me, Doctor. Don't let that get in the way of helping me.
She seemed genuine there for a second.
There was one guy, a real gym body. I let him into the bedroom, but nothing. Nothing I did would stop him just staring at me. It was creepy. I got him to follow me outside, and then I just shut the door.
What happened next?
Try again?
You shut the door.
I don't know about...
Gym body. He was locked out. I don't know how to follow that up.
Are we still talking about him?
Talking about
I
Dekker
thought
again.
you were just interested in me, Doctor.
Yes, I am interested in you. What does it want me to write? Did Dr. Dekker visit your home? I would never have thought to ask that. I was gonna ask if she... You know what I really wanted? Like, yeah. When she said that her checks used to bounce, I was gonna say, do you pay for it in other ways? Is that like, you know, was that her arrangement? Because she mentioned she had an arrangement with Dr. Dekker.
Dr. Dekker suggested home visits. I think he was probably checking up on his investment. You're not thinking of doing home visits, are you, Doctor?
Jaya mentioned home visits. Yes, I'm thinking of doing home visits.
I can't afford any more sessions, so it sounds like you'll be paying. That's a date, isn't it, Doctor? I'm not sure that's appropriate.
Appropriate?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we really have anything else to ask her. Like, it says ask other people questions. And we only have 2 little green things.
They...
Wherever you go...
I don't know.
They follow you to the beach. They follow you into the water. They follow you to the beacon. Yeah, now I'm like really mining at this, trying to like determine what the last thing is. Jaya has a lot to tell us, but I guess we'll go with Claire first.
It makes for interesting reading, doesn't it? I can tell you're dying to ask me about it. Fire away.
Alright, so on the report, I'm gonna try and do this my own way. This is Claire's arrest report. I mean, we've already asked her some of these questions, like that she murdered him. Dead man? Steak knife.
The steak knife was the closest, sharpest weapon I could lay my hands on. I didn't really have much time to think about it.
Neighbor?
My neighbors seem far more interested in my business than they are their own. The lake house only has one house opposite, and it was on sale for some time. I suppose I should have bought it.
To stop somebody moving in?
That's not relevant here.
You know, I knew somebody who did that. There was a woman at a factory I worked at, and she bought the house adjacent to hers, like next to it, so that nobody would move in. She didn't want loud neighbors. She didn't want neighbors with kids. She bought the house. It sat vacant. I don't know what she used it for. I don't know if she used it for storage. I don't know if like... I don't know what else she did with it, but I know that nobody lived in it and that she owned it. No idea. I mean, it seems like a missed opportunity to be making like rent on it, you know? Small house, like a 2-bedroom semi-detached house. Like she had one part of the semi-detached and then she bought the other. She just let them sit vacant, or let the other one sit vacant. I don't know. Maybe sex dungeon. I I don't know. I really don't.
That's what it says. I can see you're confused. The police say that David is dead, fatally wounded when I stabbed him. The coroner says that David is dead. Everyone says that David is dead. There was even a funeral. But I know he's alive.
Fatally wounded.
David wanted to have a talk about our relationship. Not something any married person wants to hear. He said he'd been with Iris for about a year and that he loved her. He said he didn't love me anymore. Which I know is a lie. You don't just fall out of love with somebody. I reacted badly. I grabbed the nearest weapon I could find, which happened to be the steak knife, and stabbed him with it. There was so much blood. I instantly regretted it. So I fixed him.
So her story is that when David died, they buried David, and she paid Bryce a large amount of money to exhume the body, and then she brought him back to life. And then now David lives in the lake house, but he's unresponsive. And she's still on trial for murder because David is dead, he's in the ground, but she needs to prove that he's still alive to the cops. I'm gonna say fixed him.
It was about a week later.
We've already heard some of this
I
though.
brought David back to life. Not with voodoo, not with virginal sacrifice. I just willed it to happen, and it did.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Dekker told me it was possible, but only if you're not buried. He says once you're in the ground, there's no coming back. But until then, you have a chance at resurrection.
She's hooked him up to a puppeteer setup, yeah. She's, what's his name? Bates Motel, Psycho. She's just got, like, David sitting in a wheelchair and she just talks to him and he doesn't move. Resurrection.
Yes, resurrection. But now that I've seen the results, I don't think there's anything holy about it. I think reanimation is more an accurate term. Like, I'm an evil necromancer raising things from the dead.
Holy?
I think his brain was already decaying during the week that he was dead. Important bits. So when I brought him back to life, I didn't heal him completely.
Oh no.
Just gave him life in the state he was in.
He's vegetabilized.
I mean, he's hunting and killing things and trying to roast them on fires he can only light with matches, but that's about it. He's your basic Neanderthal. So I have a problem.
Sounds like you do have a problem.
I'm being charged.
You have a problem? I think that's it. There's nothing else. Oh, wow. So even though she's went orange or yellow, which means that we can move on with somebody else, we can ask all this. Is David not human? Do you think you might be seeing David's ghost? Are you lying about David being alive? Or are you lying about never seeing Dekker outside of your sessions? Whoa.
How astute, Doctor. Yes, I did say I hadn't seen Dr. Dekker outside of our sessions. That wasn't a lie. Our trip to the lake house was made during a session.
Dr. Dekker visited the lake house. Have you seen the girl again?
I'm afraid I don't know the answer.
Did you speak to the girl? Oh, I've already asked this?
I didn't speak to her this time.
Okay.
Something about her made me feel uneasy. I just watched her from the bed.
You watched her from the bedroom window. I think I already asked
Oh, I
that
found
too.
the key. It must have been there all along, in a drawer in the hallway. I could have sworn I'd looked there already.
Did David move the key? Let's ask the questions on the hint system then. Are you lying about David being alive? Out of these 3 questions, I thought originally she was seeing a ghost. I thought that she'd kind of like told herself in her head, oh, everything's fine, everything's normal, like as a shock response, and she just like continued living as if David was there.
Since I brought him back, I
ask if
felt
he's
that there
not
was
human.
something different about him, something not quite right. I think it's his brain. But how ludicrous that you can bring someone back in the first place. It's like that book, Pet Cemetery. Funnily enough, he does smell of earth, but that's because he spends most of his time out hunting.
I haven't seen the newest Pet Cemetery. I've only seen the old one. I'm not kidding. Like, the opening act of Pet Cemetery fucking traumatized me. I mean, you've seen it, right? Like, can I spoilers for a movie from the fucking 70s? Can I do it? The opening act with the, you know, the truck.
If David doesn't exist, then that means that I really did kill him. He really is buried, and I really should be going to prison for a very long time.
Yep,
That just doesn't seem right to me.
I mean, it seems
It's more
right.
probable that I reanimated him
No,
under
it's not.
Dr. Dekker's guidance.
I don't think so. She's fucking crazy, bro. Oh, shit.
I assure you, David is not a ghost. I've touched him.
You've touched him?
Sorry.
Is David a monster?
I'm getting tired of all these questions. I'm getting tired of everything.
Ever take a shit in a McDonald's bathroom?
I don't know what you're after, but I don't know anything about that.
Oh. Ever been in a Walmart parking lot on a Tuesday afternoon?
I don't know, Doctor.
You don't know? Okay. I have. I used to go into people's streams on Twitch. Like, not small streamers, because that would be bullying. But like, you know, reasonable size streamers, like 300 plus viewers, right? And I would write, hey guys, sorry to have to do this, but I'm stuck in a Walmart I'm stuck in the Walmart bathroom, and I've shit my pants. Can someone please come and pick me up? I need clean clothes and a ride home. and then I would put it in the chat, and you would see the streamers, like, their faces looking at it, and you could tell they're reading it, right? Like, you could tell they're reading your fucking stupid copy pasta. The other one I do is, done this one a lot. I did it most recently to Ezekiel the Third. I save up like some what's it called, some channel points, and I post a highlighted message, and I'll say like, I first met Ezekiel the Third at a Pizza Hut in 2013. I told him I was a big fan of his stream, and he thanked me and we took a photo together. He took his pizza and he left. As I turned to the cashier, she said, that'll be $25.99. I said I hadn't ordered yet, and she explained I had to pay for my friend with the beard. And then I'll write, fuck you, Zeke. I hope you choked on that pizza. Right? That's the whole story. And I'll like change it based on like who I'm talking to. So if it's like if it's like a streamer with glasses or a bald head, I'll put that into it as the last part. And holy shit, I did it on Stay Safe TV, the World of Warcraft streamer. And he said, he went, it's true! It's true! I remember that. It's true. I fucking love Stay Safe. Oh, good shit. Good shit. Whew. Dude, why do I find my own jokes so much funnier than like anybody else's? Like my mouth hurts with smiling right now because it's that funny. It's that funny to me. It's that funny. It was Stay Safe's reaction. It's true. I was there. I was the pizza.
I didn't notice Dr. Dekker had a paper spike.
Oh.
I haven't really seen more than a foot in front of me since Hannah died.
What the fuck? Boy. Alright, yawning. Alright, Nathan. Suspicious. He doesn't remember seeing a paper spike, whereas every other character does. Tried to watch 28 Days Haunted. Why do paranormal investigators immediately flee an area when something minor happens. I feel like that is counter to the goal of investigating. I haven't seen 28 Days Haunted, but I've seen a couple of the American ones where they have like all the gadgets and gizmos. And they kind of remind me of the Storm Chaser people or like the Bounty Hunter people you see as well. One time they went to this guy's like garden, and he claimed that he'd been digging outside and hit rock, and as he dug deeper, he realized there was something large, possibly like a tomb or a sarcophagus, in his garden. It was a fucking septic tank. And instead of like the producers saying, okay, it's a septic tank, let's scrap it and whatever, they fucking used like those big circular saws that go through concrete, the ones you use to like make doorways and brickwork and stuff like that. They cut a hole in the septic tank and went in, and there was no poo. It had never been used. It was somebody like probably planned an extension and then cancelled it, and there was just this buried septic tank from like the 70s stuck in this guy's garden. And they're like, oh, it's very creepy down here. I could definitely sense some evil in this septic tank. It's a fucking septic tank. They never said it was a septic tank, by the way. They just said it was a concrete structure, a large concrete structure big enough for like a person to go in. It's not a fucking tomb. America doesn't have concrete tombs underground from like fucking hundreds of years ago. Like, there are no Native American cities, right? Like, oh my god. Sitting in a room and hanging light on the ceiling started to shake. Quickly, we gotta get out of here. I can imagine it. I can imagine that shit. I wish I could find the septic tank thing. It's probably Googleable. You can probably go on YouTube and like type in paranormal investigators find a septic tank, because they don't reference it being a septic tank the whole time. They're just like, possibly some kind of ancient structure. Ancient structure in a 300-year-old country? I mean, sure, right? Like, people in Britain stay in 400, 500-year-old houses and don't even think about it as a big deal because it's like... I mean, was it Skinwalker Ranch? Oh, maybe. That sounds familiar. That sounds familiar. That sounds very familiar. It was like 3 or 4 older men and then a younger woman. And yeah, they have beards and like leather jackets and goatees and stuff. That's it! That's the one! That's it! That's the one! It's a fucking septic tank, right? Or it's like an extension on a house. This is definitely the one. I saw it years ago, but it's definitely the one. More of a UFO thing? Is that really what... Wait, the show's about UFOs, or they thought that was a UFO? Because fucking hell, they actually did climb into it. They sent in a camera, and I think there was there dead animals, like dead rats or something, and it didn't make sense that there was dead rats in it because there's no doors or windows, and it was like, what the fuck? Oh. It's making me think it's not that then. It's making me think it's not Skinwalker Ranch. It's like, you probably, well, you don't live in the UK. Our TV, when we have like cable is the only time that we get American shows, right? Like if you pay like a British TV license and you watch the 40 or 50 channels that are available on digital TV, there's only one American thing called 5 US. So unless a company buys American shows, we don't see them, right? So a lot of the ones we get are old. But if you have cable, you get things like the Discovery Channel, the Smithsonian Channel, you get, oh god, what are some of the other ones? National Geographic is one as well. You get like a lot of those, like History Channel, National Geographic, Paramount TV, like all the American shit. Sky Atlantic is like all American shows. Like it's, you know, because we're across the Atlantic from, you know. Yeah, I don't think it's that one. Pre-reboot G4. Maybe. Yeah, things like Cops, Unsolved Mysteries. You know the Unsolved Mysteries guy where like the camera pans down, he's like, July 1992. Brett Chamberman was in his house in East Patagonia, Louisiana. Like, you know those shows? It was a normal afternoon. But when Jeff woke up, he discovered his wife was gone. And it takes like 40 minutes to get to the point, and then at the end it's like his wife disappeared. Gotta watch Cheers. But that's what you get if you got cable in the UK. When I was growing up, we used to get Nickelodeon, and it was like, it wasn't true Nickelodeon. It was all the Nickelodeon cartoons, right? But because the ad segments were different, we also got different stings between each of the episodes. So we had some of the American stings, like the plasticine claymation ones, but then sometimes we'd get British stings, because there was some people in Britain like working on putting the show actually on the broadcast network. So the ads were like British ads and stuff like that. The same with Disney Channel. British Disney Channel was like a warehouse with a big staircase, and it was kind of made to look like an American garage type hangar. And we had British presenters that would present the shows and do stuff like, oh, it's, you know, whoever's birthday that sent in a picture that they drew of Mickey Mouse or whatever the fuck it is, right? But the shows would be American. So I would watch shows like Kenan and Kel on Nickelodeon. I would watch Smart Guy on Disney Channel. I loved Smart Guy. Like a lot of these, like, I don't want to like say the word in case I fucking get cancelled, but like a lot of these like black shows, right? Like shows that are made for, you know, like American kids. So a lot of these shows like Sister Sister, That's So Raven. I watched a lot of Smart Guy. My Wife and Kids. I can't remember what My Wife and Kids was on. I think that was on Paramount Comedy. But like I got like a lot of these shows that were like, you know, totally things that if somebody didn't have cable at school, which a lot of them didn't, they wouldn't know those shows at all because they're just completely American shows. It's really funny like nowadays when people talk about things like Kenan and Kel, and I know what they're talking about because I watched it, but like most of Britain, no idea who Kenan and Kel are. They don't remember the orange soda or the dropping the screw in the tuna. Oh my god. There was the other ones. Things like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Clarissa Explains It All. Fuck. Ren and Stimpy, Angry Beavers, Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack. Like all these shows weren't shown on like normal British TV ever at any point. The only big American show that was shown on British like normal TV was Power Rangers. The American like Power Rangers, we had that. And what else did we have? I'm trying to think of like what shows were actually on SMTV. I think Jackie Chan Adventures was on SMTV. SMTV was Saturday morning television, and it was the what's it called? Yeah, Nathan, I can see you. Look at Nathan, dude. Come on. Waving at me because I'm talking about TV shows. But yeah, SMTV had like a lot of the shows eventually, but they were old by the time they were on that. They were old. Man, fucking... It's because Britain makes a lot of its own shows. Britain is like, has made a lot of its own cartoons, especially when I was growing up in like the 90s and the early 2000s. Like, Britain still has a lot of its own TV shows, and if it doesn't make them, it localizes them, you know? I mean, look at Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig's one of the biggest shows in the world, and it's British originally. There's even a British dub for Paw Patrol. There was a story about an American woman who put on the British dub of Paw Patrol for a kid, and her kid started saying British words. We have that with, like, my nephew Jack says American words sometimes. Oh my god. Like garbage can. Alright, and we're playing the game. I spent like, how many minutes? I've spent like 10 minutes just fucking rambling about TV.
I've told you all I know about Dr. Dekker. He started out good, then turned a bit crazy towards the end. When you start giving people more problems as a therapist, that's a bit crazy.
True. Let's ask if he was crazy.
I think that he possibly cursed other people, a bit like he cursed me. Sometimes you could see he was bursting to tell me about it, but he couldn't. He was ecstatic with power.
Cursed you?
Curse. Well, remembered. I was hoping you'd forget. It's gonna sound crazy. Dr. Dekker said I would never be able to move forward until I came to terms with my grief.
It's true.
And so from this point on, I start to relive the same day over and over again until I made something of it. I believed him.
You believed him.
I didn't want to believe him. I remember I said, you can't just say things and they happen. He laughed and laughed. I think he was going mad. He said he'd give me a demonstration.
Alright, I want to ask him about the demonstration, but I first want to ask about the other thing
I've told you all I know about Dr. Dekker. He started out good, then turned...
Oh, problems.
I started out with depression. Now I seem to repeat days. Even if you don't believe the repeat days, then I clearly have extra mental health problems that he's given me.
Mental health problems. Demonstration.
He held his hand outstretched and told me to look at the flame. There was no flame, and then there was. He was holding a flame in his hand that had come out of nowhere.
Woo!
And he tried to hypnotize me
Look
to make
at
me
that
forget
CGI.
it.
Hypnotize.
I didn't forget seeing the flame. He wanted me to forget it all, but I didn't. For whatever reason, he couldn't undo what he'd done. I was scared. I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
You pretended?
I was scared what Dr. Dekker would do to me if he found out I still knew. So I had to play along. Keep coming to the sessions. Pretend I hadn't seen what he'd done. It was awful, because I was suffering through the same days over and over again, but I couldn't talk to him about it, because he'd know.
He'd know?
No, I don't know about that.
No, he'd know. No.
He held his hand outstretched and told me to
Okay.
look at the flame. There was no flame, and then there was. He was holding a flame in his hand that had come out of nowhere.
Was he really holding a flame? Were you imagining the flame? Dude, I swear, every time I like type something in, I think about that chatbot, right? How you can like make such a detailed chatbot using like a paragraph of input, and how it gives responses. If you said to the chatbot, you know, what is that necklace you're wearing? It'll either say I'm not wearing one, or it'll like make up a story. It's fucking crazy how it pulls like ideas. If you were to make a game like this, you could literally do it right now, but it would all be text-based. You could make a game like this in a paragraph. It wouldn't be as well written, but if you went onto that chatbot and you made a new character and said the character is 8 suspects in a room, and you said the 8 suspects are all diverse in their gender, ethnicity, the way they dress, and personality, and then you say one of the suspects is a murderer, right? The murderer is randomized, and then you like hit go, right? It will actually like do a thing where you've just got to like try and work out who the murderer is. It might give it away like really early, but the AI is there to do shit like that already. Like it's there. It is there. There's a haunted house that's very similar to the haunted house at the beginning of was it called Song of Horror, where like you get to go into the different rooms and whatever, and it makes a new house every time. It makes a new house every time you play the game. And if you try and go off off-grid, right? Say it says the house has 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, dining hall, kitchen, whatever, right? If you say you go into the study and it didn't mention there was a study, it says there is no study in the house. It's like, it's fucking great, dude. It does it. It does it. It makes it all every time. If you ask somebody for a tour of their house, it will be like, this is my house, it has 1 bedroom and blah blah blah, right? And it propagates the house with stuff. And if you reference that stuff later, the AI remembers it. And it just makes you think about, like, say games like Star Citizen or Skyrim. Imagine every time you open a door on a new playthrough and the house is completely different, right? The character is completely different. You play a game and you're like, oh, did you go to like Markov and go into the house on the left? And people are like, oh yeah, I love that house. You know, the girl that lives there does this. And you're like, girl that lives there? Because your game was completely different. It'd be so fucking cool. So cool.
I was scared what Dr. Dekker would do to me if he found out I still knew. So I had to play along. Keep coming to the sessions. Pretend I hadn't seen what he'd done. It was awful. Because I was suffering through the...
Pretend you hadn't seen the flame? Suffering.
I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. I wanted to be as far away from him as possible. I don't know who did.
What about this part here?
He held his hand outstretched
Is there nothing
and told me to
else
look
in
at
it?
the flame.
Hints. What did Dekker want you to forget? Is it not just the flame that he wanted them to forget?
He'd become bored of me, so I got much of my insight from calls or messages he'd take during our sessions. I think because he hypnotized me, he didn't want to play with me anymore, so I got basic therapist.
Basic therapist?
He told me lots of people get depression.
True.
To become more active, see more people. And although he wouldn't always be there to listen, Jaya would be.
Jaya?
Jaya was a great listener.
True.
Much better than Dr. Dekker.
True.
I think she would have made a great psychiatrist. Do you know, he tried to fire her.
I mean, Jaya's a better listener because she's still alive, right? Immediately makes you a better listener. Dr. Dekker tried to fire Jaya. See, if this fucking doesn't do it. Oh, it did, but I skipped it.
I've told you...
Oh, wait, what?
I've told you all I know about Dr. Dekker. He started out good. Yeah, he fired her.
There you go. This is it.
Jaya told me about it. You should ask her.
We've already done this. We got the letter, right? Jaya's termination letter. I regret to inform you... That was a fucking flashbang. Holy shit, that's bright. I regret to inform you that your services are no longer required. Please clear out your desk and leave by the end of this week. 13th of February, Dr. D. This is the day he died. Alright. Nathan says Jaya was fired. We've already asked this. I'm gonna ask him if he has any dreams. Do you have any dreams?
You've asked me that already. No.
Have you learned to play the piano?
No. Sorry.
He made a reference to Groundhog Day, and one of the things that stood out to me about Groundhog Day was Bill Murray learning to play the piano. I thought that was great. I would have loved at the end of Groundhog Day for him to be playing like a piano, you know, in like the final day, so that it's like he maintained all that knowledge and it wasn't all for nothing. It'd be pretty cool. He could also have learned Chinese or something, right? That would have been sick. We need a new Groundhog Day with Ryan Reynolds. We got some more questions opened up somehow, so I guess I'll go through those. Ellen, was it Dr. Dekker's idea for you to shift?
All Dr. Dekker did was encourage me to think. But the shifting, that's all me. And my mum's a psychic, and my sister's an empath, but I was just ordinary.
But you don't even
I always
believe in
felt
that
like I
stuff.
wasn't special, like I was missing out. But I wasn't. I just hadn't discovered what I could do yet. Sarah Dekker was one of the first ones I tried shifting for.
Who did you shift into for Sarah Dekker?
I didn't really know what I was doing that first time. I mean, I didn't actually expect anything to happen. I just thought, what would really help this woman? I thought maybe she would just imagine that he was there. But it actually happened. I changed into him, Dr. Dekker.
What?
It blew my mind. I feel like you're clutching at straws.
You changed into Dr. Dekker? Fuck. How is your mum psychic? What's an empath? An empath is when somebody's crying, right? And if you're an empath and you see somebody crying, you know that they're sad.
To tell you the truth, I don't really know what an empath is. I should probably Google it sometime. My mum's got these spirit guides and they tell her things. Mostly about my love life, it would seem.
Love life?
I don't know anything about...
Spirit guides.
Sorry.
I think that's it. Her responses. We have a couple. We got 4 little green asterisks.
It was nothing. I was just trying to give her meds.
Give Iris her meds.
I've got her on a herbal compound.
There we go.
St. John's wort
Got
for
'em.
pain, ginkgo for bronchitis, valerian, borage. There's a few other things in there as well, but I won't bore you with the full ingredients.
So, she is crazy.
I've got her on a herbal compound, St. John's wort for pain, ginkgo for bronchitis, valerian, borage.
Borage?
That doesn't really matter. Let's talk.
Valerian?
Ask me something else.
Are you poisoning your patients?
I don't know.
Is she killing her patients with the fucking herbal medicine without realizing it? But she's so fucking new age and stupid that she doesn't realize it?
I don't know.
You're medicating your patients.
Is that really what you want to talk about?
You're giving your patients herbal remedies.
No.
How the fuck did I spell remedies there? Did I spell it remedies? Herbal compound.
The rules are that you're not supposed to give a patient anything that isn't
Exactly.
on their chance. But I talked it over with Hilda first, and she was happy to try the herbal approach.
So that doesn't have a green asterisk, so that means it's the end of that. But I guess that opens up the story a little bit.
It's tricky. I mean, I'll sound exactly like Hilda's daughter, but I try and keep it vague because I don't become her. I don't know what she would really say. I say things like, "It's okay, don't be scared, I love you, Mum," or "I love you, Dad." But it doesn't really matter what their relationship's like because it's not really them. I always do the Disney version.
The Disney version. You lie to your patients.
I feel like you're...
Okay, I am clutching at straws. You're definitely right. I've already cleared you. The last person is Jaya, and I think Jaya's gonna open up some stuff with the other people. Jaya has a lot of questions to answer. Did I even write shit down? What the fuck? How can I not click this? Did I even write shit down about Jaya? I did, right? Yeah, Jaya. Let's ask her how she is. How are you today? Paper spike?
It's in that police report that I gave to you. You should really take a look at it. I'm fine. I'm ready for my grief counselling. I emailed you Mariana's address. I don't know why you'd want it. I suppose you're going to start doing home visits now, like Dr. Dekker?
Okay, so home visits, Mariana's address, grief counselling. Yeah, I wrote that down. Grief counselling.
Grief is such a strange word if you keep saying it. Grief, grief, grief. It sounds like somebody's being whipped. And you're going to ask me how I feel today?
I did, didn't I? How are you feeling today? Lovely Miss Jaya. Wink. Wait, that pops me up with the same thing.
I'm fine.
That pops me up with the same thing. Do you feel like you're being whipped?
Oops, that was a strange thing to say, wasn't it?
Ooh,
whipped.
it worked.
Am I all whips and chains in the bedroom or dominant in the boardroom? Don't answer that, it's not a question. It's early days for a harassment suit yet, what with Ben's nervous shock already.
God damn. Do you feel like you're being whipped led to some of the fucking weirdest dialogue in this game? Alright, I'm gonna write down likes to be whipped. I feel like that's a conclusion. Likes to be whipped. Alright, Mariana's address.
Doctor, if you don't want it, don't text me and ask for it. It's alright, I don't mind doing menial tasks for you. Someone has to do them.
Menial tasks?
That's a strange question.
Texts?
I don't know any.
Alright, home visits.
Yes, Dr. Dekker started doing home visits for Mariana. He said she couldn't concentrate properly in his office. I hope you're not thinking of doing the same thing. I need you right where I can see you.
Where you can see me? What does that mean?
Checks and balances, Doctor. Somebody needs to be watching the watchman, so to speak.
Oh shit.
Make sure you're helping, not hindering.
Helping, not hindering?
He probably did his fair share of helping and hindering. He was definitely helping in the beginning, but then seemed to lose sight of things.
Lose sight of things?
I think he was so overwhelmed by the patients he was getting. His curiosity just got the better of him. There was a definite turning point.
Is it gonna be when they uprooted the artifacts from the church, from Henley Church?
Somewhere around the time Professor Alderby turned up, that
Yeah,
seemed to unsettle him.
Professor Alderby
And then
has
we
to
had
be the
a flood of
archaeologist.
extra weird patients. I think it was all too much for him. I think I misjudged him. I hope you deal with it better.
Alderby.
That's not something I know.
I think that's what it is. I think that Professor Alderby like spread the madness from the grave, right, to Dr. Dekker. Should ask Mariana about Dekker's home visits. I've already done that. Yeah, these like hints are late, essentially. Any news on Ben? Anything else to share about Dekker? I wouldn't have asked either of those things. I think my Ben notes are like really sparse. Ben is suing us. Ben's mom was cuddling him like he was 6 years old, but he's 25. He's in love with Scarlett. I think that's all I wrote. I didn't even write that he's in love with Scarlett, but I think that he is, right?
I think that's all settled now. We are agreeing to pay Ben £5,000 and he's agreeing not to say anything about what he saw.
What he saw?
He thought he saw a creature coming out of Dr. Dekker's mouth. Well, at least that's the reason he's given for not emptying the bins that night. Either way, it's not the kind of publicity that we need. Shiny, happy, sane people.
And then she makes that face. Oh shit. A creature?
No.
Wait, I want to know about the fucking creature coming out of Dr. Dickie's mouth. Alright, let's do something
I honestly
else.
think that you're curing me with all this grief counselling. You know, we don't really have to talk about Dr. Dekker from now on if you don't want to. We had a connection, but it's gone now.
A connection?
Dr. Dekker asked me to have dinner with him for Valentine's. I refused, obviously, because you don't sleep where you eat or something like that. But it was flattering,
You don't
especially
shit
with
where you
competition like Mariana around.
Ooh, competition. I'm gonna ask this as a question. You see Mariana as competition?
Sorry, I didn't mean I was competing. I was happy Mariana was going out with him. I didn't want to be romantic with him. We had a stronger connection than that.
Stronger connection? What the fuck is going on, dude?
Dr. Dekker and I shared some philosophy. We'd both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind, and we agreed with a lot of what it said. Have you read that book, Doctor?
No, I can't read.
In Cult of the Kinetic Mind,
But
the
it
author
worked.
suggests that everyone is capable of psychokinesis and that the cult leaders specifically had these powers that turned their followers into disciples. It's not a fun read, but if you're into psychology, it's a blast.
Psychokinesis.
Psychokinesis is the ability to change the physical world without actually touching it, just by using your mind. It's not just about bending spoons. It covers all sorts of things like telepathy, telekinesis, telesabalas. Shoot me, I'm a Kojak fan.
Kojak fan?
Like I said, all those cool things are in Cult of the Kinetic Mind, apart from Kojak, obviously. If you ever get a patient who thinks they can change the world with just their mind, then duck, just in case they can. But seriously, do a whole load of shrinking and make them better. Whether you believe in psychokinesis or not, you'll need to figure out your approach with those that do.
Approach.
How do you make people who think they have special powers better? Do you remain passive and support, encourage them?
Oh no!
Take them away?
I've been encouraging the person. I've been encouraging them all to like continue doing all their weird shit. Oh no!
Dr. Dekker asked me to have dinner with him for Valentine's. I refused, obviously, because you don't sleep where you eat or something like that. But it was flattering, especially with competition.
I'm gonna say flattering.
Have you been taking notes in our session, Doctor?
Valentine's Day. Wait, new thing popped up. What is psychokinesis? Aster!
I didn't go out for Valentine's. I was at home. Wait. Actually, I did come up to the office at about 9. I'd forgotten a USB stick that had some files I was working on.
A USB stick in 2017? Does that sound likely? I think it sounds likely. Sounds okay. People still use USB sticks, right? But a lot of people just use cloud storage. Was at the office at 9. I said no, I can't
In
read.
Cult of the Kinetic Mind, the author...
Psychokinesis. Cult of the Kinetic Mind. Terry Savalas.
That's a strange question.
Okay,
Somewhere around the time Professor Alderby turned up, that seemed to unsettle him.
unsettled.
That's not something...
Dr. Dekker became unsettled. Okay, shit. Let's just go to the hints. Be passive, encourage their powers, remove their powers. Oh, that was a question. That was a question. I've been encouraging their powers.
To deepen their affliction? I wouldn't. No, not at all in my experience. Dr. Dekker had an unusual number of patients who claimed psychokinesis. Either he'd been specifically looking for them or someone had been sending them.
Oh shit! Because Dr. Dekker's patients were all referred by other people. Someone had been sending them.
It's entirely possible that someone is targeting this practice with psychokinetic patients. To what end, I don't know. It's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are diagnosed as insane, or at least temporarily insane. It's a handy diagnosis if you're facing criminal prosecution, especially if it's for murder.
That's it. That's the end of this act. Nope, I don't want to click that. What is psychokinesis? Should ask Marianne about Dekker's home visits. I think we've already done it all. Like we're pretty much done. And then it's on to the 4th act, which is the final act in the game. But I think, yeah, we have some more questions. Oh wow! Why couldn't Mariana concentrate in the office? Because I'm at the end of the act, is it giving me all of their extra stuff? No, it isn't, because Ellen, they don't have any extra stuff. Alright, let's keep asking questions. Have you seen Jessica again? Jessica is the single mother that lives across the street from Bryce, who Bryce saw frozen, so went over, stripped her naked, took photos, and has them on a hard drive that he wants me to destroy if something happens to him.
Jessica is a beautiful woman. I've not spied on her since the incident we talked about. I have real feelings for her, Doctor. We've never connected. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you.
I just encouraged him to try.
It's nice you think
Jessica.
I'm capable of such basic interaction with females. But I'm still in awe of her, really. I will think about it, though.
Okay.
I put my hand through a rusty nail at work
Oh
today.
no.
It hurt like hell and bled like I'd been shot. I closed my eyes and thought, this isn't happening. The nail is just a worm, and it will wriggle through me. When I looked back, can you guess what I saw?
You saw a worm.
My hand had healed. The nail had become a worm and was wriggling in my palm. It was like a little miracle. Like magic.
What did you see when you looked at your hand? Do you think your magic healed your hand?
I shouldn't really say miracle or magic. They're words that Dr. Dekker used when he tried to get you to think things and make them real.
Oh.
But do you think it's real, Doctor?
Do I think it's real?
Magic is real.
Yes. We're this far with encouraging the patients. Yes, magic is real. I've been to Disneyland. Florida.
Then so it is. Close your eyes.
Okay, eyes are closed.
Imagine you're in a graveyard, looking at the gravestones. One catches your eye. So you take a picture of it.
I took a picture.
Picture that you now have.
What? It worked. Oh, look, it's Dr. Dekker's gravestone. It's pretty phallic shaped. But I guess all gravestones are. Wow. Bled like I was shot, so he's been shot. True. Right? Isn't that how it works? What did you see?
When I looked back at my hand, it was healed. Look, see?
Okay. I took a photograph of Jessica. I wanted to see if I said that, it would become real and I could look in my clues and I would have a photograph of Jessica. Perhaps you're crazy.
Is that supposed to mean something?
Okay. Who else? Who else was ready with a question? I think it was Jaya had all the big ones, right? Like, look at this. We've never had this many options at once. Did you talk to Nathan much?
I was a bit of a shoulder to cry on for Nathan. He told me a lot of things about Dr. Dekker that I probably shouldn't have heard, and I'm not about to repeat to you either. Why? What did he say about me?
Nathan said you were hot. I can't say that. What did Nathan actually say? Nathan said that she was nice, right? Nathan said good things about Jaya. See?
Jaya was a great listener.
Yeah, great listener. Nathan said you were a great listener. Nathan said you're a good listener. Okay. What do you know about Dr. Dekker's mother? What did you need the USB stick for? So you lied to the police about being at home. Do you work from home often? Do you see anyone else here on Valentine's night? Why couldn't Mariana concentrate in the office? Ooh, these are questions that I would never fucking asked. I'm like the worst detective. Oh no.
Honestly, I think Dr. Dekker had a bit of a crush on Mariana,
True.
or vice versa. I'm not really sure. There's some footage from their home sessions if you want to see them.
Oh, fuck yeah! I would love to see the home footage.
You're overthinking.
Show me the home footage.
No,
Show me the Mariana footage.
I don't.
Show me the Dekker footage. Fuck! How do I ask? Yes, show me the footage. What do you mean?
That was a joke, Doctor. I guess we found our level.
I really wanted to see some footage. Ooh, yo. Why would you lie about that? We're professionals. God damn it, Bowie.
I was cross-referencing the patient files for Dr. Dekker and I copied everything onto a USB drive. I was terrified it had all gone missing. Can you imagine the trouble we'd get into if the patient files suddenly turned up on the internet?
The internet?
I don't know.
Okay. Why were you cross-referencing?
He wanted me to
them?
look up birth mothers and other family tree information. It's like he was seeing if all of his patients were descendants of the same line. Well, spoiler alert, they weren't.
Jaya is like such a weird character. I feel like she's got the most lines in the game. I mean, there's 1,600 videos. How many of them are Jaya?
I'm happy for you to tell the police whatever you want about me. I mean, who needs trust in our work environment?
Oh, shit. Is she like threatening me? Basically, right? She's saying, yeah, tell the police what you want. It's not like we need to trust each other.
I can work from home if you want me to. Is that what you're asking? There's lots of bookkeeping to be done. You'd be surprised.
Let me say bookkeeping.
I don't know everything. I didn't see anyone else. I didn't hang around. It's just a USB stick. I got in, I got the data, I got out. I'm basically special ops.
Oh, wait. Bled like I was shot, so he's been shot before. I'm gonna ask him if he's been shot before.
I don't know.
He doesn't know. Okay, back to Jaya.
Research is research. What's good for one doctor is good for the next. They don't throw out the old TARDIS, do they?
Doctor Who reference? TARDIS?
Nope. Dr. Dekker did send me to see his mother once. She was dying in a nursing home and he didn't want to see her. I remember him calling her a manipulative, evil old hag. You tend not to ask any more questions after that.
An evil hag.
Have you been taking notes in...
Alright, what if I ask Ellen, was Mrs. Dekker an evil old hag?
That doesn't really matter.
Okay. I think that's it. I mean, they're not green, which means they still have responses left, but I think that's it. Let's continue to Act 4.
You can stop looking at me like that. You've made me do
Is
this.
she killing me?
And don't try and escape. You're all tied up. Now tell me the truth. Is this a dream?
I think that's a good place to end the stream, right? I think this is a good place to end the stream. We're in some type of weird Jaya's dream. Yeah, or Dr. Dekker's weird dream. My weird dream? Yep, I think it's a good place to end the stream. Another short one, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna go do Inktober. I'm gonna go cry, because today's words are terrible. The words for Inktober today are like snot, werebeast, and I can't remember the other one, but it's difficult words to combine, especially snot. Snot is such a limiting word. Alright. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Maybe on the 25th we'll play some Simulacra free. Thanks for telling me about that, by the way, because I genuinely had forgotten that was going to be a game. I saw a trailer for it, and it looked like they were pushing more into like a cult-y thing. Like I saw like a 30-second trailer, but I didn't actually follow up on it. I hope it's better than Simulacra 2. Simulacra 1 was really good, 2 wasn't as good, and then 3, like, is it gonna get worse? Is it gonna get better? I would like if they started to do more puzzles and more sources of information than just the phone. But part of the fun is the bad acting and looking for all the photos and emails, stuff like that. 2, I think I had less interest in as well, because it was so focused on the dating stuff. That was like such a weird part of the game for me. Alright. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Mariana's a siren. Jaya's tying me up. Good night. Good night.